The term high art refers to the art forms that are traditionally valued for their aesthetic and intellectual qualities and tends to be associated with museums and galleries. For far too long, video games were dismissed as digital playgrounds for button mashers and basement dwellers, but we at American Media know better than that. Today, video games are one of the most powerful storytelling mediums on the planet, and some of the best stories that have been told in the 21st century didn't come from HBO or Netflix. They came from our consoles. From emotionally devastating indies to world-shattering epics, these games didn't just entertain. They evoked, educated, and evolved the way we experience narrative. They are, without question, high art. Let's give 10 games that prove storytelling and gaming is high art their flowers. The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. Genre: action, adventure, drama. Why it hits: a masterclass in character development, moral ambiguity, and emotional gut punches. When Ellie whispers, "I'm still waiting for my turn," the weight of the survivor's guilt and love crushes you like a wrecking ball. The Last of Us isn't just a zombie survival story, it's Shakespeare with clickers. Naughty Dog built characters we loved and dared us to hate them, and somehow it made us feel like monsters in the process. Number 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. Genre: Western, open world. Why it hits: a slow-burning tragedy of loyalty, loss, and legacy. Arthur Morgan's journey from cold-hearted outlaw to reflective anti-hero is one of gaming's greatest character arcs. This is an epic painted with the brush of a poet. You don't just play Red Dead 2, you live it, and its final hours will stick to your soul like dust on a saddle. Number 3. Undertale. Genre: indie RPG. Why it hits: quirky, subversive, and emotional in a way you never saw coming. At first glance, it's a retro-styled RPG, but Undertale breaks every rule of traditional storytelling. The game remembers what you do, judges you for it, and subverts morality systems with a wink and a knife. It's satire, horror, comedy, and heartbreak, all in 8-bit glory. Number 4. Disco Elysium. Genre: isometric RPG. Why it hits: a noir fever dream of identity, ideology, and failure. You're not solving a murder in Disco Elysium, you're unpacking your own psyche. The internal monologue mechanics and philosophical branching paths create a story that feels literary, strange, and deeply personal. It's like a True Detective written by Dostoevsky if he was high on amphetamines. Number 5. Celeste. Genre: platformer, indie. Why it hits: mental health, self-doubt, and triumph through struggle. Yes, it's a game about climbing a mountain, but it's also a raw, honest look at depression and anxiety. Every jump, every retry, every fall is metaphorical. It's you versus yourself, and when you reach the summit, the tears are so real. Number 6. Life is Strange. Genre: episodic adventure. Why it hits: teenage angst meets time travel and real-world consequences. Max and Chloe's story is quiet, emotional, and devastating. The choices feel small at first, then spiral into a story about grief, friendship, and fate. This game made players cry over butterfly effects before Everything Everywhere All at Once even existed. Number 7. Nier Automata. Genre: action RPG. Why it hits: existentialism, nihilism, and beauty in the void. You play as androids fighting machines, but Nier Automata makes you question the point of it all, until it breaks the fourth wall and rewrites the rules of narrative. It's not just a story, it's a conversation with the player about what stories mean. Number 8. Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1. Genre: episodic adventure. Why it hits: choice, consequence, and that damn final scene. Lee and Clementine redefined found family in video games. Every choice you make feels like it matters because the game makes it matter. And that ending? Legendary. You can't talk about emotional storytelling in games without mentioning Telltale's The Walking Dead. Number 9. What Remains of Edith Finch. Genre, narrative exploration. Why it hits, a poetic and haunting meditation on death and memory. You explore the stories of each member of the Finch family, knowing they're all doomed, and yet, it never feels exploitive. Every death is stylized, unique, and deeply human. It's a love letter to the power of short stories in an interactive format. Number 10. The Mass Effect Trilogy. Genre, sci-fi RPG. Why it hits, space opera meets moral philosophy and squad goals. The choices you make, the loyalty you earn, the lives you save, or don't, they all shape your shepherd. Mass Effect proved that games could tell stories with nuance, heartbreak, and complexity across multiple entries. Romancing Garrus was just a bonus. Gaming isn't just art, it's a revolutionary form of it. These titles didn't just tell great stories, they invited you to live them. They challenged our morality, made us cry, laugh, rage, and reflect. And they proved that stories don't need to be passive, they can be playable, and that's powerful. So which game story broke you the hardest? Hit us up in the comments. We want to know what had your controller slick with tears. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want more anime content, deep dives, and geek culture from your Amerime family. Until next time, guys.